Hi, this is Dr. Tripp. Before we get started on data visualization per se, I want to do a quick presentation on where data visualization lives in the business intelligence life cycle. So, data visualization is one important part of the business intelligence life cycle. In fact, we're going to talk about in this session that data visualization is the pivot point of business intelligence in a lot of ways. And so it's extremely critical to be focused on how do we do data visualization right. So this is a diagram that I've modified from several sources that kind of talks about the business intelligence life cycle, and that most of the business intelligence in the past would be living over here on the left, and it was focusing on the past. So the techniques and the tools and the analytics procedures that we have, or the analysis procedures that we had in the past, focused on traditional data sources and analyzing the data to say what happened. Now, the data science side of things out here is talking about predicting the future. And while there are some that are just kind of traditional statistics-based things like running regressions, clusters, forecasting, etc. What most people are talking about when they're talking about data science these days are the machine learning and AI things that are kind of out there on the right. Now in the center, you see on the bottom there, data visualization. Now business intelligence is where we've analyzed the data that we have as far as what's happened in the past. We turn that data into metrics. So we don't just say, here's what the data said. We say, here's what the data said, and these were our goals, or this is what the data means, etc. And so we turn that into metrics, and we create these reports and these dashboards, that let people understand what happened, and then create or kind of drive the questions that we ask the data scientists. So data visualization is right here in the center, and it really kind of crosses this now line in a lot of ways. So again, this kind of talks about what I've said, that the traditional metrics and reporting tools have been really rearward looking, right? They answer questions about what did happen very well, but they are only really able to answer questions in the manner in which they were expected to be answered, which is a big difference from what we'll see in the future. So if I would know about a particular question to ask, I would think to ask it beforehand, I would collect the data to answer that question, and then I would answer that question. Those modern data science techniques that we talked about a few minutes ago are able to answer questions of what might happen in the future really well, and even more interestingly, they can answer questions in a manner that humans hadn't thought of before. And that's not really going to be a topic of this course, but one of the huge benefits of machine learning is that machines can learn, and they don't learn the same way that humans learn. The way machines learn is through thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of iteration of trial and error. And because they can do millions of iterations of trial and error a day, and a human could only do a few, they try a lot of things that humans never would be thinking to try, and sometimes those things work better than what the humans would have thought of. And that's what I mean by saying that they can answer questions in a novel and unexpected way. And so business intelligence is this pivot, right? It illustrates what is working based upon looking at what we've done in the past and what isn't working, but it elicits these new questions and directions, and it usually performs this task visually. We provide them with reports and dashboards that are visual in nature, and we can elicit new questions to drive future consideration. So the majority of business analysis is presented as visual. Data visualization is this pivot between the past, which we call analysis, and the future, which we call analytics. And so this is just a quick overview of where we're sitting in this business intelligence life cycle here in this data visualization class. I just wanted you to be aware of this so that you understood kind of where would this be applied when you're going out into the real world.